Hey, so it's approaching Thanksgiving, and we're thinking about going up to our cabin, and so it'll be cold up there, having Thanksgiving dinner, so probably getting some firewood together, right? And I've come across these last two pieces of last year's Christmas tree, and it reminded me that probably this year I will be lobbied again to not have a real Christmas tree, not have such a real thing. But, I do have a real Christmas tree every single year. Part of that has to do with the fact that I think it is important to keep Christmas tree farmers in business. I just don't see how a plastic or artificial tree is good for us as, a nation. I'll be lobbying or being lobbied not to have a natural Christmas tree, but I just think of the years of oxygen that the thing's putting out while it's being farmed by, a Christmas tree farmer. And, that kind of lifestyle doesn't have to have a huge impact on the environment. I mean, sure, I think that some of them, probably spray some chemicals, but still, compared to the chemicals put into, an artificial tree made out of fossil fuels, most likely, come on, right? Somebody growing trees to 3, 5, 7 years and then cutting them down and growing them again, I think that's probably not a bad natural cycle that the environment might like. And then, but the fact that I always cut my tree down and start busting it up into the compost pile and save part of the pieces like you just saw, and put them into the fire for Thanksgiving and Christmas the next year. I'm sure it's cured by then, right? It's almost pretty much a year. So, hey, a real Christmas tree, Adventures in Terraforming, totally is recommending real Christmas trees as being the environmentally friendly, advantage for decorating your home. These artificial trees, I mean, even if you could prove to me that the carbon output was less because they had a lifetime of 7 years, say, I still think that they'd start, if you really just eliminate Christmas tree farmers and natural Christmas trees being used, that what happen is you'll get, a industry that needs turnover every 4 or 5 years, so they come out with new models, and again, you just get all this output of artificial stuff. These trees, I break them down, they go into the soil here in Orange, or wherever you're at, right? You can put them into the soil, or you're going to burn them, heat your home, though I admit that that's probably not the most environmentally friendly. So the least you burn and the more you compost of your Christmas tree, makes it, a superior alternative. I would agree with that. But in any case, I'm here to say that, my family is always going to use a real Christmas tree. I will always have a real Christmas tree for these real environmental reasons, though I personally also have some childhood reasons for having a real Christmas tree all the time. But in any case, I think there's really good environmental reasons to have a real Christmas tree and to keep Christmas tree farmers in business. And if you live in the northern climes, I'd wait well into December because it's sitting cold out there, kind of being in suspended animation, and it's cold. You bring them in your house, they're going to, not last as long. In the southern climes, though, I learned, because in Northern California, that worked great. It'd be all foggy in Sacramento. Get my Christmas tree, on Pearl Harbor Day, something like that. And, or even later. And it would be in good condition because it'd be sitting out in the fog. Never be got over 45 degrees. Bring it in my house, it's 70 degrees in there. So, but down here in Southern California, and it's probably south of the Mason-Dixon line, and Southwest, probably better as soon as they show up, go get them and stick them in water in your house because it could get really hot. Here in Southern California, sometimes you get like 90 degrees. So that's my recommendation on real Christmas trees. And, I really recommend that these guys right here continue to survive as a cash crop, and that profession continues. We're all bettered by that, I think. So, a real Christmas tree is going to give off oxygen and suck carbon dioxide through its lifetime, which may only be 7 years. But then if you go and you then break it down and compost it and just basically churn it right back into the life cycle of the planet. You can't tell me that it's better to have a bunch of friggin' artificial trees. No. Made out of oil? No. No, I'm not going to be sold on that. Just not going to be sold on that. Merry Christmas. And happy Saturnalia.